Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Wednesday, May the 22nd. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. Set aside for the crude oil inventory report session this morning. Coming up in about an hour. Report comes out at 10:30. Wait 2 minutes. Start trading at 10:32. Market is about to open. We have a get in sync short. We also have one additional trade we can take, and we have a long setup on soybeans. The market is open now. 37.5. And the short doesn't trigger, but we get a long. If it does trigger, yeah, that hit. Definitely avoidable on the short. So we are long. On the YM. I would adjust that low of the day at 903 and the stop is at 904. I would push that down to 902. Maybe even, no need to push it all the way down to 901. All right. Soybeans. Quick hit this morning. Targets 1 and 2 and coming back for the stop at 37 3/4. So a very quick one and done this morning. YM taking heat on the long trade. Micro Russell looks like it. I don't know if he's in a long trade, but that was too early. Just tracking it. That looks like an avoided trade on Micro Russell. Hit the entry, then pull back to the stop, and now it's hit the entry again. So that is a no trade. Unleaded picks up target one win. Target one traders would be one and done. Target two traders get a second trade that goes to target one. So you would be done on the second trade, two break-even trades. To get us to power quitting for second. So we'll go on to the micro NQ. There we are. Micro NQ is in an early trade. And YM takes YM stops and reverses. Looks like it's 17. Yeah, it's 17. And then goes for a full stop out. Now we have a new long there. YM right around the entry on the long. And Micro Russell in a short. Need to move down one tick. So 94.5. And that's a full stop out for our opening trade this morning in that market. Soybeans. Soybeans is done, that's right. Please do say hello in the chat. It's nice to know who I'm talking to. I am trying to push higher, looking for money management. And the micro Russell with a long trade now. $1.2 to target 1. That'll be it. 21,000.2 or 2100.2. And the micro NQ stops out, so we'll look for our next trade there. And money management on the micro Russell. And looks like we're getting money management. Yep, there's money management on the YM. Target 2 on the micro Russell, looking for target 3 as our first actionable target. And target 1 win. 29 ticks on the YM. That would have been a stop and reverse, so our risk would have been 29, down 58 on that one. And we would have gone 904. No, not, okay, excuse me, 941 to 917 is 14. Another 28. 58 is 86 that we're down. Stop, trailing stop now at 959. And target 3 on the micro Russell Next thing is target 4 short on the micro NQ. Interesting. Micro NQ going down, micro Russell and YM going up. So we have some divergence, and there's target 4. Trailing stop at 21,004, 2100.4. YM stop to 969. Existing home sales coming out at 10 o'clock this morning. Orange label report at currently. And YM moving up to 974. Good morning, Neil. Micro Russell to 100.9 and in a full stop out on the micro NQ. So we have a loss and win on the micro Russell and one loss on the micro NQ. Soybeans was one and done. YM trying to make up 86 tick deficit. We picked up 29, was it? Yeah, 29 on the initial. $101.4 for the micro Russell stop, trailing stop. 974, and there's where we stop. That's where we stop out on the YM. So we didn't quite get to target 1 with our trailing stop. 974. Target 1 was 80. So we pick up 23. We go with our 29.52 net of our 86. We're down 34. And now a short on the YM. Good morning, Don. short. And a long trade on the micro NQ. Still in the early short or early long trade on the pound Aussie. Not in that one because it was too early. Taking heat on this short. Micro NQ trying to push through the session high. It was just previously set right around market open. Micro Russell's trailing stop to 101.8. Micro NQ finding a fair amount of resistance at 1825 in the 1825 or 18825 area. Session high at 826 and a quarter. And there's a new session high. I am pulling back a bit. As is the Micro Russell. Micro NQ struggling to push higher. Got to 830 and a quarter. Short entry on the YM is not in a great spot. Just sitting just above when it's set up. It's sitting just above the 200 EMA with 50 and 20, 50 EMA, 20 SMA both coming up from below the 200. I am looking like it's wanting to play contrarian. Stop and reverse at, okay, where is that? Entry at 97. So let's go with the stop and reverse up at 40,001. Obviously, that's a major key level. Micro Russell approaching the stop at 1.8. Micro NQ just kind of in the middle, not knowing where it wants to go. Currently in the YM short, stop and reverse set up at 40,000, or yeah, 40,001. And that stop and reverse is pending. Calculator is now tracking the long because it did hit the 997 entry unadjusted. We are still in the short, testing the 20 SMA again on the YM. And the Micro Russell did stop out, slightly exceeding target 3. Micro NQ looking like it wants to try to push up. Bit of a struggle there. Back to the 200 EMA on the YM. Let's see if we can push through it this time. System that traders off of my charts anyway would be in the short on the YM. It looks like it's being rejected off of the 200 again. This today in the crude oil inventory report session will be the last session for this week. I have workers going to be in the house tomorrow, so I'm not going to be in the room. And good morning to you, Steve. Existing home sales coming out now, so we'll see if it does anything with the market. YM's still in the short. Looks like it's in a consolidation phase at the moment. Micro NQ in the long. Short trade set up on the micro Russell, and there it just figured in. Now that's a bigger, yeah, we got a wick on that. That's a bigger trade than usual, so break even at target 1.7. 70% of target 1 is where we start trailing. And we trigger a new short setup on the YM, so that cancels the stop and reverse, and we remain in the original short. Micro NQ setting a new session high of 833 and a quarter. And pushing through the 50 EMA on the YM. We're in this original short back here. So money management is at 941. And down 34 after our previous trades so far. And we did hit money management, so stop will come to 2100.8. The plotted stop right at the moment is 1.6. That's the trailing stop. But since we hit money target 1, we'll bring the stop intra bar to our break-even point, entry plus a tick. Micro NQ looks like it's trying to turn down as well now. Upswing on the YM, holding right around the moving averages, right at the 200 EMA again. And another down bar, another close below the 50 EMA. Just looks like it's just seesaw back and forth around the 50 and 200 on the way in. And stopping out at break even on the micro Russell. One win, one loss, and one break even today. In our second trade of the morning on micro NQ with one full loss so far. Pound Aussie remains in its early long trade. About another 10 minutes and we'll have to shut this one down and set up for the crude oil inventory report. Pound Aussie was pulled back to the balance line and then moving up again, approaching the session high just set. Micro NQ pushing down. This could be a second loss. Approaching the stop. And there is a full stop out with a quick setup for go short. Micro NQ, the short setup, 802 and a quarter. Yep, we missed it by a tick. And the Pound Aussie setting a new session high. Calculator still tracking the micro Russell as it doesn't do anything until the bar closes. So it didn't move the stop until that bar closed, and so according to the calculator, the trade is still valid. We moved our stop intra-bar upon hitting target 1, and that pullback did come back and hit our stop. Oh, that's interesting. Our YM trade has a target of 32 ticks, target 1, and we're down 34, so the trailer would immediately bring us to 33 ticks, 1 tick. we get target 1, I think at the moment I'd hide the stop behind the 200 EMA. Still leave a little bit of risk on. Now we start moving upward again, which is the wrong direction. And the micro NQ did stop out. That's 2-second loss on the morning. YM taking some heat. Our stop is up at 40,011 or 12, 40,011. We are actually in this prior trade still. YM back to the session open. And we hit the stop on the micro NQ, but we did not hit the entry, so the trade is still valid. Micro NQ and the micro Russell both. So, well, the micro Russell is back to kind of neutral right now. Both showing signs of turning up, which is not good for our YM trade. Two or three more minutes here, and then I gotta shut it down and get ready for the inventory report. No trades this morning on the pound Aussie. That trade was well too early for our trade plan, and went to money management before 153. Oh my goodness. YM doesn't know where it wants to go. It's coming back down to the 20 SMA again. We'll have to see what it does between the 20 SMA and the session open. Micro NQ hasn't gotten a crossover yet. The short trade remains valid. Okay, we've reached 10:15. I'm going to have to shut it down here and get ready for the crude oil inventory report. So I will see you back here in about 10 minutes. Or not, actually not here. I'll start a new stream for that. So we will see everybody back here, I hope, in about 10 minutes. Have a good one. We'll see you shortly.